What's going on? How have you been?
Good. How's your last week been?
Just like really sporadic. Like I'd be hibernating one day, the next minute I'm booking flights. You see someone that I barely know.
Tell us more.
How much can I say? Because what if he sees this?
Say it. You gotta
what
be.
If he's husband number 2? Like,
well, then he'll love this.
That is true.
Because we want a supportive man that not put you down ever and take you to the next level, you know? So he should be like, wow, honey, go get that.
Yeah, that is true. We want the next one to not be like toxic.
Yeah, exactly. Go on. Go on.
He's this really like sexy guy from Bleep.
Okay, basically she's gone on a date with this really sexy man called...
Buckle up, bitches. It's gonna get bumpy. This is the breakup diet.
You're somebody that falls hard and fast.
Oh my God, we are not putting that in. We are not putting that in because if he sees that, he's gonna run.
No, we're putting it in.
Speaking of falling hard and fast, I had a discussion with my therapist this morning. So there's like 3 types of attachment.
Okay.
In relationships, right? So
Tell me.
So anxious attachment is basically where you're like super clingy. You care so much about what they're doing, what they're thinking, whether they've, replied to your text, whether they've seen it, like you're on your phone, constantly checking what they're up to. Basically like insecure, crazy, intense. And then
have to know everything kind of vibe.
Basically very possessive, very overwhelming. Secure is what I would love to be, which is, you're super calm. You obviously care about the person, but you don't let them kind of define your entire existence. And avoidant is when you're anything that has got to do with intimacy, you just run. And my therapist has diagnosed me with anxious attachment.
Everyone's always one or what?
You can be mixed with 2, but that would be like really annoying. You'd rather be the one.
What about if you're a little bit of all 3?
So that's secure. So that's when you're like, you're comfortable, you're not, doesn't take over your life.
I feel
what
like...
are you?
I don't know.
Are you anxious?
Why did you just look at me and say that? How do you know?
I'm looking for a sister.
What's anxious again? Tell me again.
So anxious is like super insecure, very possessive. It just takes over your life. You're always on your phone checking to see where they are.
No.
Not where they are, but like they've seen your message, whether they've replied, the last time they were active. You were before. So it does get better?
No. No, but when you first start dating someone, I think you want to know if they've seen your message or not because you want to know if you're being pied. No? Or ghosted?
That's a form of anxiety. I did say that to my therapist.
Okay, well, maybe I'm anxious attachment.
Wow, sisters, we're in it together, thank God, because everyone around me are either secure or avoidant.
Secure would be a boss thing to have, but who is really secure? They're secure until they're not secure, I'll tell you that much.
Do you think the most secure person would crumble in toxic relationships?
I think it'd be hard not to.
Even if you're secure?
Yeah. I feel like it'd be hard not to because there's so many different toxic things that could happen to you. Out of the vast many of them, one of them would affect you.
That's true.
Because no one has no weak point. Whether you're being verbally abused, you're being manipulated, put down, or you're made to
feel like you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, on that you can't tell them anything. The feeling of not feeling good enough. I reckon that would get you.
Were you ever secure and then pushed to not being secure?
I think I've always been unsecure. What about you?
It's weird because I'd be insecure, then I'd get validation from a man, and then I'd become secure, ick, and then they'd take it away from me and I'd get insecure again. That's crazy. Why is my self-esteem and confidence rooted in male validation?
No, Ilma, that's so bad.
It's such so bad. Simp.
That's so bad, but it's so true. So many people are like that. I'm probably like that too. I just haven't realised yet.
It's such an ick, and I know it, but I'm not doing anything with that information. I'm so simpy with men.
No, but you're going to therapy. You just said therapy, so you're working on yourself. Yeah. Most people aren't. Everybody should go to it. So
yeah, everyone should go to therapy if you need to live off male validation. It does get addictive. It's like heroin. Not that I've done it. the rush of male validation, yes. And then when it goes away, because like that's what toxic relationship is. Like in my previous relationship, it was like intense love bombing, but it made sense because I'm like, oh no, of course he'd be in love with me. I'm like XYZ, of course. And then
like, duh, obviously he'd be in love with me.
Exactly.
Was he hot? No, that was a no. You took too long to answer. You're like, he has a really good personality.
He had a good personality.
Yeah, that's what everybody says when they're not hot. Or, he's my type.
Calling me out.
Yep.
Calling me out. Yeah, so intense love bombing for the first couple of months, and then it just went away. And I mean, when it went away, it just went away. And it just made me feel like I was having the worst come down of my life. Not that I know what it's like because I'm a drug-free person.
but I don't know what that's like. But I don't know what that's like either.
Never done it.
Okay.
The validation, the lovey-dovey, euphoric feeling just completely went away. And it made me feel like there was something wrong with me. What did I do to trigger him to like not act like the way he used to when we first fell in love? Why is it not like the way it was when we were first together? Like, what happened? Where's the romance? Where's the spark gone? Like, what can I do?
What are some things of, like, love bombing? Because I don't think I've ever actually been proper love bombed.
Have you not? I always get love bombed. Every single, like, dating situation I've been in, I always get love bombed.
Giving you loads of gifts and stuff? Or is it more like, it can be more subtle things?
It's more like words and not action. I would love to accept gifts as a form of love bombing, but unfortunately...
You're like, that love bombing we like.
I want that. Love bombing Birkin bag? Yes. Yes, please.
Chanel would be nice, really.
Oh my God, of course, with the way the prices are going. Love bombing is just words and it just makes you keep yearning for it. So they promise you to, you don't have to live by yourself. Like, I can help with rent. Never do it.
Wait. But did you ever follow up on it? Like, I mean, it's a bit awkward to be like, oh, you know how you said you'd help with rent, like, transfer me?
But I have never followed up when it comes to money when, like, men...
No, it's awkward. How far into the relationship would this happen?
Second date.
Oh, no, Ilma, come on, you're stupid.
No.
Like, you can't be, like, thinking that somebody's going to pay your rent.
Maybe not like just that. There's stuff like, I see myself with you. You're like a forever person to me. I want to be exclusive with you. I can see myself being exclusive with you. Like, I'm deleting all my dating apps. All of this by the second date.
No, you're Delulu. Why did you believe it?
Because I look like the way I do. It makes sense.
He must be in love with me because I am a supermodel.
She said it, not me. Why I think people also fall for love bombing is the chemistry. You have this amazing chemistry the first couple of dates. You end up spending hours, not like 2, 3, 4 hours. I'm talking like 10 days, 24 hours. I kid you not, all my first dates have never not been less than 10 hours.
Maybe you're a better time than me because mine definitely don't last that long. Mine are like a solid first date is probably like, it depends if it's just dinner though. But like if it's just dinner, well, I'm obviously not a good time. Mine are only like maybe like 4 hours, which I feel like is a lot.
That is, but then...
What the hell do you talk about after, like, that with somebody new?
You just keep talking, and then, like, they give you all this validation, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, I don't want to let you go, and then it's, like, the same thing for him. It's like two, like, I don't know, spiders, like, weaving a web together.
So you're telling me for 24 hours, you sit there, and you just hear... Ilma, you are amazing. Ilma, you are hot. Ilma, you are so smart. And you're like, yummy, yum, yum.
Yes, I'm not the only one because it's a term. There's a term. It's called love bombing. Therefore, I'm not the only one. If there's a term for it, I'm not the only one that happens to. You're a lucky, like, survivor. I envy you. You're not a love bombing victim.
Maybe I just don't get love bombed. It's even worse.
No, that's a good thing.
No, they're like, you're not amazing.
Yeah, because you probably meet, like, super secure guys that don't feel the need to say XYZ to, like, wrap you in.
I see your point.
Oh, I am so jealous.
Listen, if it's love bombing like that, I don't want it. If it's a love bombing like some gifts,
We want it.
We want it.
So have you been through anything toxic ever? Like in your dating life?
So it was never with a proper relationship or anything. It was always situationships.
Oh,
Situation.
that in itself is the most toxic thing ever. Can we ban it, please?
Also, because I feel like you don't know where you stand really, and you can be the cool girl that's fine with it and like going with the flow.
Disrupt the flow.
No, I act like I'm like, oh, cool with it, going with the flow. We're just seeing how it's going. But secretly, I'm like, where is this going? You know?
Anxious attachment.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anxious attachment. So I'm like, secretly, where is this going? Like, do you like me? Do you like me enough? Do you want see me as a girlfriend? Or do you not? And if you don't, why? You know?
That is such a mind flip.
Yeah. So I think like in those times, I probably did go through toxic things, but it would be more...
Would you say you're walking on eggshells?
Yeah, walking on eggshells, not feeling like good enough to be in a relationship with.
Would you feel like comfortable in vocalizing how you felt and what you wanted out of
No, absolutely not. When you're in a situationship, you are walking on eggshells a bit. Like you don't want to say the wrong thing that they don't like you because you don't know now if they like you or not. Yeah. Really. So then you don't want to say something that would disrupt that. What about you? Have you had anything toxic?
I've 100% done stuff like that where I just accommodate that person's needs. Have my entire day's schedule disrupted for a guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the worst thing I've done, like when I missed out on castings just because, you know, he couldn't meet me at X time, but he can meet me in the other time when my casting is. So I'd miss out on my casting.
I feel like most people do that though, like at the start especially, which is so bad and you shouldn't.
Do that.
You should be your own priority. You should put yourself first. But then saying that, like also, I think at the start, like it's okay to miss one thing of yours that you want to if you really can't.
But then it just becomes like the start of a very unhealthy cycle. Because
and that you're always doing everything and they're not compromising.
Yeah, because obviously you think to yourself, oh, it's just a one-time thing. Like I'm only just getting to know him. Like I'm having so much fun. It's hard. But then it just becomes more and more like, oh, I need to make sure I give him my time so he like wants to spend time with me, you know? Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yes. I feel like it's okay if I'm going back to it being okay. You're like, no. I'm like, oh, but they, the next time, do one thing so that you can go to your thing. Sometimes he does something for you. Sometimes you do something for him.
Do you think people would want to compromise in like such early days, apart from the woman?
Well, I feel like it depends on the timing. Like everything depends on timing. If a man wants to do it, he'll do it. If he doesn't, he won't. I stand by that.
Are looking for love in this generation. Yaz, where are they? Where are they?
You just got to find a good one. I found a good one, so you got to find a good one.
Okay, Yaz. So helpful.
No. It took time. I didn't find a good one until I was 23. Not one good one. Not one. 23 years. Nothing.
I am pushing 30 and I still haven't found a good one.
Yeah, but you thought you found a good one.
That's the love bombing. It gets you. It lands you into your first marriage.
No, but now you have exciting times ahead. Seeing your mystery man.
Oh, can we not circle back to him? I'm so like...
I want to hear the tea. I'm excited.
I'm trying to be cool and mysterious for this guy. Oh my God, here I am trying to accommodate for this guy that I've only met once. Here I am compromising myself, being like, oh, let me just be mysterious and cool. Like, let me not talk about him. Let's not.
No.
It's not a thing.
You're jeopardizing yourself right now. You're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. You're not hurting him.
That's true, because if I don't think he would care.
I don't know who it is. I've never met him. I can't help you on this.
If you'll ever meet him after this comes out.
Nah, this will come out way later.
When the love bombing phase is over, that's when it comes out.
Yeah, you're like, surprise, bitch. How'd you guys meet?
Good old Raya.
Fair.
I feel like I've only dated just from Raya. Any other app, not to be like... Diva or like just being a bias against ugly people. But when I see like a stream of like ugly men on Hinge, it just angers me.
I thought that's your type.
Oh, yes!
No, Ilma, You're the one who said to me that you are like an ugly man yourself. So that's why you always go for ugly men.
Oh my God, this is killing me.
You told me that.
Okay, I know I said it, but...
You're taking it back.
No. I'll embrace what I said because, yes, I do feel like I can be an ugly man sometimes where I just go for any, like, thing ugly or not available.
With a pulse, basically.
Oh my God, I'm terrible. I'm getting better.
No, this is terrible marketing. We can't. Ilma, to be fair, your new man is hot. I can say it because I don't know him, but I've seen photos. She shows me lots of photos. I'm joking.
Because it's like the biggest flex I have right now. I'm like, oh, guys, like finally someone like kind of good looking. And everyone agrees. The validation I'm getting from like the gang, amazing.
And has he given you any red flags or thing that you can pull on that might seem a little toxic or nothing yet?
Well, we're going to find out. 4 days together, I'm sure the flags will just...
Yeah, fair. Then you'll update us on the next episode.
Oh.
And I have a question for you to do with like the whole toxic relationship. How did you really know that this is not what I want, this is toxic, I have to leave?
It's not like a decision you make overnight, especially with like long-term relationships. It's not a decision you make just overnight. It took me, I think, about like 6 months of just really bad mental health to the point it was affecting me physically. And that's when I realized, oh, like, I can't.
With the mental health, like, can you like explain that a bit more?
Basically felt depressed from, you know, abuse, from just neglect to the point it like affected me physically. I had such chronic fatigue to the point where I couldn't get up, I couldn't look after myself, I couldn't do basic tasks like my laundry or like the dishes. And there came a point where I honestly couldn't recognize who I was in the mirror. Like that person was not me. And it scared me.
One day you didn't feel good and then you slowly got worse and worse and worse.
Spirals and you lose yourself so quickly and it's toxic.
What did you find the scariest part of actually making the choice to walk away?
Communicating my feelings has always been a tough thing for me. So to do that.
Oh my God, you look like you're going to cry. Sorry.
It's okay. It's tough opening up.
Yeah.
And I think we live in such a society where it's hard for you to vocalize what you want because it's either like, oh, am I asking for too much? Am I the problem?
Yeah.
There's a lot of blame game.
Especially when you're in something toxic, you feel a lot of blame and shame.
It's an ongoing cycle.
And guilt for feeling that way too. And especially with everybody else that looks like they have such a good time.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh my God, like, have I failed? Like, was I not loving enough? Was I not caring enough?
Did you feel respected in this relationship or in your last ones?
When a relationship gets toxic, there's absolutely no element of respect from both parties.
Yeah, I feel like you also lose respect yourself for your partner too, so much.
Yeah. You lose respect for yourself, for your partner, both ways.
So what are like 2 major questions you'd ask yourself if this is a toxic one and you should leave? Is there anything that pops to your head?
Spot immediate red flags and actually run because it's not worth it.
And intuition. I'd add intuition because your gut will tell you on that.
But I feel like once you've gone through that one really bad relationship, I would hope for others, because it has happened to me, if you see an inkling of a toxic trait from your past relationships with a current partner, you will run.
But also, I have to kind of contradict that a little bit. Like, it depends on what it is.
It's either, I think, like one way or the other, where you either mimic the cycle over and over again, or you literally run away.
I think you have to remember that people do make mistakes too. I would just be scared that you would self-sabotage. You know what I mean?
That's so true. Where's the fine line between like looking after yourself and self-sabotage? Yeah.
Do you find now that you go into things self-sabotaging?
Yeah, I go in things with a lot of caution. I mean, yeah.
Caution.
Yeah. I go into like new relationships with a lot of caution, which is why like I'm struggling to talk about anyone with you.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm doing too much, be a lot, or
I get you.
This thing is like, it's not a forever thing. Like, let's just not make it a thing.
But right there, you're saying like it's maybe not a forever thing. Let's not make it a thing. That is self-sabotaging it already.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not a forever thing, though. You just know.
No, I don't know. You're going to wait and see. Don't already put bad energy around stuff.
No, that's true. That is true. I take that back. Because
Like,
I am
that's
certain
you.
4 days.
That is you doubting yourself.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, no, I should not do that.
And if you went into a relationship now and they were trying to tell you what to wear or trying to make little things, run.
I don't have time. I do not have time.
What if you really like them?
Oh, that will not make me like them.
Yeah, I get you. I'm the same, but
it's like something like that will make me run. Any element of control, I am out.
But what about if they do it in a way of manipulation so you don't even realize?
Oh, see, that is hard because that I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, literally.
That's how they get you.
It's like love bombing 2.0. It's like the sister.
Yeah, the evil sister.
The evil sister.
Yeah.
3 red flags of mine would be if they talk bad to the waiter.
Yeah, disgusting.
Disgusting. If they talk bad about their ex-girlfriends, like not there's a level, like she's annoying, she's crazy, okay, maybe fine, but if they're like in detail about their relationship and like are saying bad things about it, then that's a red flag. But then also, I don't want them to be like super like low-key in love.
Yeah.
You know? So number 3 is to like love bomb me, I guess, what you're saying, like as in take me somewhere really expensive and then take me somewhere after or something.
Yeah. No,
not that that's happened to me, but that would be a red flag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like when you go out and they just like know everybody out. I find that a red flag.
Oh, that's like community dick right there. Like,
yeah. Community dick.
Yeah, are we allowed to say that?
I love that.
That's what it's given. It's
yeah,
like,
no one wants a community dick.
I used to.
Oh, Ilma.
My top 3 red flags on the first date, I think it's such an ick and also concerning when they talk about their wealth. Because that to me means like you're broke. Because if you were actually rich, you wouldn't feel the need to talk about it. If your money is shouting, boy, I'm out. Because I know you're going to be asking me to split the bill at some point. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So would you split the bill?
On the first date? Probably not.
Yeah, no. Not on the first date.
But then again, like, I have on the first date when I, like, actually really like the person.
No boys listen to this because that's not what the ideal woman wants.
Flippin' simp. You know
no girl wants this. Don't listen to it.
Okay.
Next one.
Okay. Next red flag.
You don't have any red flags because you're like, ooh, let's go.
I see red and I'm like, oh, love.
Would it be a red flag for you if your partner still is on a dating app so they can check in and look?
Depends on how long we've been together and if I've deleted it.
So if she's still in the game,
deleted it, then I don't really care what he does as long as I don't know about it. There's nothing worse than being cheated on and everyone knows about it.
Have you ever had that happen?
Oh yeah, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I found out by looking at his phone because text kept on being blown up by this girl.
Wait, slow down. Tell me how you found out. So you're sat on the couch, or I need details.
Okay, so basically we were asleep and he had his ringer on really loud, his sound on really loud because he wanted to make sure he doesn't miss his alarm for his flight.
You use Face ID. That's iconic. You're like, have good dreams.
Open the lids. Yeah, and I see like text from this girl being like, stop making promises you can't keep. But I'm like, I beg your pardon. Scroll up.
Shut up.
He'd be like, oh, like you were such a great kisser that night. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, feral, completely feral.
So then what did you do? This is so scandalous.
I woke him up being like, WTF is this? What? Yeah, I went ballistic.
Did you find out about any others, or was this the only one you knew?
That I know of.
Your friends knew about it, or who knew about it?
My friends knew of the person, but they never knew about,
Oh, so they knew the girl, but they didn't know.
Yeah, so like when I told them, they were like, what? Word kind of spreads because the girl would talk about like, her time with my boyfriend. And...
Did she know about you?
No.
End up speaking to her or anything? Or you
actually did.
Yeah? What happened? Are you friends?
No.
Okay. Didn't go that level.
No. And then like she sent me like screenshots like of their chat and stuff. She worked for a women's charity And then he'd be like, oh my God, that's so noble. Like, men are really trash, all while he's cheating on me.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. So he's saying that men are
Ew.
trash while being the trashiest man there is.
Sorry, but he's kind of smart. No one would expect that. I hate him. He's so bad, scumbag, but he's kind of smart.
That's how they get you.
Being like, oh, you're so noble, like, there's such a feminist, all this, la, 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 and then bang, I would do that. I hope my daughters like you, then bang.
Like, I want to, like, raise my sons to be feminists. That was on the chat as well.
Ew, that's so icky. And then what happened? You just, like, in the middle of the night, you woke him up, was like, get out, or what?
We still stuck it out for like 2 weeks. It was my first relationship. I was very determined to, like, make it work because everyone around me was in a relationship, and, I just didn't want to be the first one to be single till I couldn't.
You were scared to be single just because everybody else was in one?
Yeah, 100%. It's scary being single when you're the only person in your friend group, really.
But once you did it, I bet you realized it's not that scary.
Oh, yeah. And now it's so fine. Now I am comfortable with being single, which is such a, like, win for me. But back then, my God, the insecurity of, like, not having a boyfriend and feeling like I'm a failure because I don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
What is that about? That pressure?
I kind of get that because we date people for like a long period of time and stuff. I never fully had a boyfriend. Yeah, it does play with your head because then you're like, why does everybody else? But when I looked at it back then as well, I thought I would never date any of my friends' boyfriends anyway.
Didn't want to beat them up.
Yeah, not even because of like looks or anything, not even going off that, just by like the annoyance that I heard. Sorry, girls.
I've never I have heard good stories about my friends' boyfriends. Just define them by the bad stories. I just want to jump on all of them.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But then
I'm not like the cool friend that's like friends with my like friend's boyfriend. I'm like, oh, you're my arch nemesis.
I think I'm friendly, but I don't think I'm ever best friends with them.
Hell no.
But I'm definitely friendly.
I'll be polite for the sake of my friend, but that man's my arch nemesis. Sorry.
No, but
my friend, if you're my best friend's boyfriend, oh, I hate you.
You have such a weird dynamic.
At the wedding, when they're like, "Oh, we get to marry our best friends," like, no, you don't. I'm here.
You're like, bitch, I'm the best friend.
I'm the best friend.
Know your place. Yeah. It's me. It was me first, and it will always be me.
Yeah. Would you not rather be single than to still be in this crap toxic situation?
When you're in the situation, even though you think you might have some form of love, you're so stressed out, compromising yourself so much. You look like actual shit because you're so run down. And then when you have the breakup, you have this... So you have a detox, and then you literally look like the baddest bitch of them all.
Right? And is that not the most motivating thing ever now?
I don't know why I'm giving this analogy. Okay, so this is the breakup diet toolkit, right? I wish I could not have the breakup because I have a very nice boyfriend now, but just take all the tools from in it so that I have that massive glow up. You feel your best, euphoric feeling of getting your shit together too.
Get that detox, that cleanse. That's part of the diet. I totally get you.
I wish you could have that almost reset without actually having to have
that traumatic breakup.
Exactly.
Why do we need to go through all this toxicity to have this amazing glow up?
Literally. On the plus side,
it does get better.
It does get better. And then you can be single out on the streets going to with some boy. And I'm just living through it. I'm living through it. Thanks, guys.